I don't know what the issue is with the internet.
It says recording started.
We are there. Folks, this is real. It's live. It's raw. We take what we can get. We were having some technical difficulties this morning. So,
Oh
welcome
my
to
goodness.
Collaboration Conversations. I'm your host, Regina Partain Bergman, CEO of Bridgeport Strategy. And once again, I am delighted to bring you a co host and a panelist, the amazing panelists that he has brought to share the show with us today. So, let me introduce, first of all, our co host, Dave Blackmer. So, first of all, welcome, Dave. So glad you agreed to be our co host today. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Super glad to be here.
Awesome. So, just briefly, Dave is the CEO and owner of Sight Blooms, as you can see in his background there. And he runs a marketing agency that is focused on SEO. And I am going to let him tell you the rest of the story. So, Dave, would you please share with us a bit about your journey getting to where you are now, who you serve, and why?
Sure. So I've got 15 plus years of marketing background. I've worked in corporate America, and I kind of got tired of how corporate America treated employees. So I decided I wanted out of that and established a marketing agency with my background. I felt like I could serve, perform well for marketing and take care of my employees a little bit better. So that's why I wanted to start this agency and get it going and take care of people from the digital marketing perspective. I can do traditional marketing, but I don't like it as much. It's not as fun. So um, so that's what I do. I do a whole lot of digital marketing all day long from my basement.
Awesome. I love it. Isn't it great that we can work from our homes these days?
Yes,
Don't you just
yes.
love that? I
That's
mean,
one
I
great
miss the
advantage from
office.
COVID.
Yeah, exactly. I do miss the being able to interact with people in the office. I miss that. But it's also great to be able to, get up and wander around the house and do whatever you
Mhm.
need to do when you need to do it and set
Hmm.
your own hours and work the way you want to work. So I do love that. So, Dave, you have brought some wonderful panelists with you today. Would you please introduce each of them and have them share about their journey, who they serve, and why?
Yeah. So first, let me introduce Amelia Myers. Amelia is she's an actor, a singer, a songwriter. She's currently Mrs. East Coast Petite USA, and Nationals is around the corner, as I understand too. So lots of fun preparation for that. I've known Amelia since high school. We did shows together, and Amelia is just a phenomenal human being. She's well, she can tell you more about herself and the cause she's supporting, but she's a very charitable, giving person, and she's fighting for kicking Crohn's disease.
Mm.
Oh, wow.
So,
Yay.
Amazing.
Amelia, tell us more about yourself and what's going on in your life.
Absolutely. Thank you. Dave, that was so sweet. Thank you. It's amazing when you circle back and get to be with people who you grew up with, when we've all grown and just supported each other through the years. It's really special that you invited me today. So thank you. Yes, so my name is Amelia Myers. I am an actress and a singer-songwriter. I was living in Los Angeles, working on soap operas, movies, television, and COVID hit. We wound up relocating back to Maryland, and that's when I became the accidental beauty queen and became Mrs. Maryland Petite USA 2023, and was suddenly thrust into this world going, what am I doing? And I have Crohn's disease. I was diagnosed when I was 17. I've gone through years of trial and error with different medications, nearly lost my life to the disease in 2012. And I've always wanted to be an advocate, be the face of Crohn's, set this safe place where people can come and get the help they need. And this didn't exist. It's this niche disease no one talks about. And I decided, beauty queen, let's talk about an icky disease and raise awareness at the same time. So I launched Kicking Crohn's as Mrs. Maryland last year. It is the online support group you can come and join. I'm working on a cookbook. We're in talks about a talk show, and we're going to try to take this as big as we can go. And I am now the regional Mrs. East Coast Petite. Actually, here is my crown and my sash.
Awesome.
And nationals, oh my goodness, they are 28 days away. So I am in the throes of preparing for that as well and just getting that message out of you are not alone. We have this disease, but it does not define us. And let's do this. It doesn't stop your dreams. You can do and be anything you want to be.
That's awesome.
Love
Thank
it.
you so much, Amelia.
Thank you.
I also have Carrie Hill here. Carrie is a fantastic consultant. She's a social media guru. She's always involved with a dozen different nonprofits. I've known Carrie for many years, and she is just a pure human being, and like obviously a human being, but like a pure individual. She's just very genuine and giving and caring about people. And she's bailed me out on many occasions too. She's just the kind of person that always has your back. So, Carrie, what cause are you supporting today? what are you involved with today?
Okay, first of all, Dave, thank you. And we have bailed each other out of many scenarios over the course of knowing each other. And so it's a shared experience. and I appreciate you. You know, there are opportunities in life where you meet people that you genuinely just can feel. They exude positive energy, they exude hope, they exude love, and Dave is certainly one of those people as well. And so, Amelia, I don't know you well, but I feel like if Dave knows you, you are absolutely the same person. And so I'm lucky to be here with both of you today, and Regina. Yeah, as Dave mentioned, I do have my hands in a lot of everything. So I've been in PR, self-made PR for over 18 years, and it's taken me on a lot of different journeys and a lot of different professional niches. And so I just kind of claim to be the plug and play, you know, PR person. What do you need? And we'll figure it out. And so I've thrived based on that kind of strategy and just helping people with whatever they've got going on to be the best that they can be in their professional space. And that's been so rewarding and fulfilling. And so I create strategic PR partnerships for clients, and I do have a passion for nonprofits. So currently I'm working with 3 nonprofits. One is the Friends of the Children's Justice Center, which focuses on helping abused children in the state of Utah that need immediate crisis intervention. And then I work with a nonprofit called Sapria, which is focused on healing child sexual abuse for women as adults. And that's a very worthy cause. And I love both of these entities. And then I also am on the advisory board for a nonprofit called Promise to Live, which is suicide prevention. And then I have my own effort that I'm putting together. And so in between that, I'm also serving unique clients. So I am if you look on my LinkedIn profile, you'll see I'm a divorce-driven poverty thriver. That is in 4 words the summary of my experience for over the past few years. And I'm a speaker and an advocate for post-divorce poverty work solutions. I am putting a program together with the local university here, which is the largest in the state, Utah Valley University. And we are creating an 8-week program to help women learn tangible skills, Excel, Google, things that people can actually use in a workspace to help moms that have been out of the workforce for a long time, that are divorced with no financial support, get back into the workforce with employer partners. And so that is me in a nutshell. And I was teasing Amelia earlier that I should have had my prom tiara. I would have felt like we fit in. So next time I'll wear it. Yeah, so that's me. And thank you so much for having us on the show.
Yeah, thank you, Carrie. And we also have one more that will be joining here shortly. She just keeps texting me that she's on her way, so she'll be here momentarily.
We will introduce her when she gets here. We'll take time for her when she gets here. Awesome. I feel honored to be in this room with the 3 of you. The great work that you're doing, and I think that's where we ought to go with our conversation this morning, is these nonprofits and how do we collaborate to support these causes, because you're all involved in very important causes. What does collaboration look like when we're supporting these causes? So let's dive in from that point. What does that look like when you're collaborating to support a cause? And you've both started causes. So maybe we should back that up and say, what does collaboration look like when you're starting a nonprofit? How do you do that? And feel
Yeah.
free to just dive in.
Yes, I'll take that because I'm in this headspace with Amelia. I'm sure we both have a lot to say. And I know Dave has supported various nonprofit causes throughout his career as well. And so, I think for me, collaboration comes naturally. It's a part of who I am. I love the collaborative thinking process, the discussion. I just love brainstorming and ideating. In any capacity, it's
Right.
it all fuels me. And so when it comes to nonprofits, I think collaboration is not something that comes naturally to everybody. There is an element of work sometimes that we really have to be intentional about when it comes to opening ourselves up for other ideas to come into our space and potentially people that can do it better than we can. And I think that's a great space to start, is who do I know in my network that would make an incredible contributor, but also who knows somebody else that wants to come in this space and offer ideas. And that just cascades into opportunities for brand collaborations, for messaging, for events, for all kinds of things. So my approach in PR is also very collaborative. How do we leverage who we know to maximize the best of everybody?
Love it. Very good. Thank you, Carrie. And so we're going to put the question on hold for a moment. We're going to catch Melvina up and we're going to introduce her. So Dave, would you please introduce Melvina, and then we'll catch you up on where we're at. Melvina, welcome to the show. We're glad you're here.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thanks,
Can you hear me okay?
Melvina. Yes,
Okay.
we can hear you fine.
Great.
Melvina, it's really my fault she's late. She sent me a wonderful text this morning, and I sent her a thumbs up reply instead of answering and clarifying on the time. So I apologize for Melvina being late.
No, I blame me. I blame myself. I'm just multiple things
You're
going
here
on
now.
in my world. I need 50 million Melvina. So no,
Yeah, you're here now. That's what counts.
yes.
Just like Carrie and Amelia, Melvina's got her irons in a lot of fires. She's an entrepreneur. She's an author. She's a mentor. She's a billing and a medical billing and coding guru. She's got a school. She's got an agency that does medical coding and billing.
Oh
She,
yes.
She's just she's always busy. I don't know how she has time for her family and other pursuits. But
what family? I don't know what that means anymore. What? It's work. I don't know. Exactly.
But she's always very successful with everything that she's doing. She works very hard, and she's an expert in all of these different endeavors. So I've always felt like Melvina's an incredible professional and an inspiration. So that's my brief introduction of Melvina. Melvina, you can tell us more about all these different endeavors that you're tackling.
I know. I have to think about them. So let's go in order. So the one that pays the bills, of course, is Infinity HIM. It's Infinity Health Information Management. It comprises of a lot of things, but mainly, particularly in coding. That's my world. That's my bread and butter, my thing that I've just grown to love. It's my passion. I can speak forever about, but I'm not going to do that right now. But so a lot of people's like, well, how do I get into coding? What's going on? What is coding? Blah, blah, blah. So I set up, essentially a roadmap, a coding school, all of this stuff to help people get into it. If you want to know more about it, also to make money, a career change, to work from home, all of that good stuff goes into it as well. So if you want that, you come to me. I can put you right there wherever you want to be. I will even more specifically specialize into a specific type of coding, so you can really just get the job in that. Help you with your resume writing, interview skills, teaching you about the procedures, ICD-10, all of everything in its entirety to put you there. So that's what Infinity HIM does in a nutshell. So having Infinity HIM, I wrote a book, and it's come hell or high water. So no matter what, through anything, everything is possible. I didn't say it would be easy, which it never is, but it is possible. And being this girl from Savannah, Georgia, a Southern girl by heart, can talk to any and everybody, as you can see, quite affable. I'm just that type of person. This is really my personality, all hands and always joking around, but yet at the same time, have a serious side. If I can do it, anybody can. That's my method. And what I'm telling everybody, the world essentially. It's so crazy. So I know I had this meeting. He said, "You ready to get on now?" When you text me, and I'm like, "Yeah." You should have seen me. Literally, I threw off a shirt, put on another one. That don't mean I have on a car or anything like that. It just means you see from here up, and what you see, right? So that's pretty much I'm working with it right now. So I wrote the book from Hell and High Water. If I can do it, anybody can. Essentially, it tells of my journey. Essentially, it's supposed to motivate you, inspire you. If you need that, type of, if you need that kind of inspiration, it's there for you. But it also tells you of how I did it. Married 25 years, 3 daughters that's now grown, college educated, out of here. Proud to say, out of here. So now just the husband and the dog, thank God. And the dog clearly understands that I got to work, sit over there, be quiet. So she understands her role. So I'm just one of those people that just putting you there. And that book really, it brings it home, and it tells you that it was so, let me say, it was inspiring for me to write that book. I was so emotional, to be honest with you, because I was like, oh my God, I went through all of this. I mean, the lights being turned off, the water being turned off, living paycheck to paycheck. Now I'm proud to say those days are gone. Yes.
Woo! Hallelujah.
I know, right? I'm proud to say a long time coming. And now it's all about financial stability, investment planning. Yes, planning for my retirement, paying me first above all. No more paycheck to paycheck. It's about traveling around the world, first class now, which I'm proud to say. Chauffeur, personal assistant. Proud to say. So
you are living the dream. You are living.
Amelia, give that girl your crown.
I'll pass it over. You want to put it on? Right?
I'll take it. No, but you keep it. No, but we all are there. No matter what part of life or journey we're at now, we can all be there. You probably there. You might want a little bit more, but it's not over. You're still living. Here's the reason why we're here today. And that's another thing I'm talking about in the book. The book really goes detailed about a lot of stuff and all. It was just really emotional for me to really pour my soul into that book. So that's the other part of me being an author. So I got the IML being a W brand on all platforms going around. I got the IHIM medical coding brand on all platforms going around. And then my dumb bunny butt decided, I want to open up something else. Under this Infinite Business Services brand of mine, I have like 2 LLCs. So it's crazy. I know, right? So I got Infinite Beauty Possibilities now, which I'm starting my own. I've started it, not quite successful yet, meaning it's not making me money. Give me time. Hopefully it will. If not, I will aspire it, cut it off, fire it, give it a boot, but hopefully it will. And it's Infinite Beauty Possibilities on all brands again, all platforms, social media again. Oh boy, it's a lot here speaking about me. Jeez, I'm getting tired. So, so I started my own affiliate marketing, which is I'm getting pretty much anyone that's profitable that's doing something, put it that way, multi-level marketing businesses, Juice Plus, BWBC, which is Dr. Crystal Lee, which is my rock scientist right now. She's like my world right now. And I have Be Epic. I have Beauty Society. So I have all of these on my platform, which is infinitebeauty.blog, which you can see. You go there, you sign up. You sign up under me, of course, who you be signing up under. I make money, which is the plus. But the good thing is you can make money as well. It's just about getting the word out there and people signing up under you and buying things, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. That basic kind of stuff. So that's the third business that I got set up that's not making me money yet. I'm working on it. Yes. So
with what I'm hearing, I have no doubt that it will.
I'm sorry. What?
Melvina,
go ahead, Carrie.
I just actually was in a meeting this morning and I met the founder of Juice Plus.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Oh,
So he's from Tennessee, and I'd never heard of the brand before. And I looked it up and thought, wow, what a cool company. That's so funny that you are repping them. So I'll have to send
Small
this.
world.
I'll send this interview to him and say, you got a fan. You have a fan.
yes, exactly. I even bought the stuff and was sitting there popping it like it's candy. It's
That's awesome.
Especially for vitamins or fruit things. But I'm sitting there like, because I'm sitting at this freaking computer all the time, and I'm just like, food. And I'm just doing this. So don't go by me. I'm a bad example. Bad example.
That's so funny.
Melvina,
I think
two
I'm
things.
finished now. Ask any questions.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I'm thrilled to learn more about you as we go through the show. Two things. One is you'll see on the right-hand side of your screen that there is a private chat area. Would you put your contact information into that? And towards the end of the show, we'll share that out with our audience. And the second thing is when we end the show, stick around for just a moment, okay?
Oh, sure.
All righty. Very good.
ma'am.
So I would like to expand the question a bit based on Melvina's experiences. So the question we were addressing was, what kind of collaborations do you need in order to start a nonprofit? Well, let's expand that on out. In order to start a nonprofit or start a school, my goodness, or all these elements of your business. What kind of collaborations do we need in order to do that? So let's go to Amelia next. We had Carrie addressed some of that already. Let's go to Amelia and then
Sure.
and then
I
Melvina.
do want to start with this connection that just occurred. It is a perfect example of collaboration,
That's right.
networking,
Love it.
making connections. We just all came together with Dave. We just met each other, and there was just a
Yes.
complete connection right there between Melvina and Carrie.
Exactly.
And that could go off and turn into something else. You never know where a door could open, who you're going to meet. I'll tie this back to Hollywood real quick. You never know when you meet a producer or a casting director. If you don't book that role, you book the room. They may think of you for a role for a different network 2 years down the road. And it all just moves that way. It's about finding like-minded, optimistic, entrepreneurial minds and finding who those people are where you can then go, ooh, I like your idea. Let's talk about this. Let's build on it. Let's grow. And that's how partnerships can begin. Different businesses can begin. That is how Kicking Crones began. It's something I'd wanted to do forever. But in Hollywood, I was very shy about it. I didn't let anybody know I had Crohn's disease.
Right.
I didn't want production companies not to cast me or think, oh, it's that sick girl. We can't trust her on a 30-day shoot. Or for craft services to go, oh, she can't meet what we prepare. So I was really quiet about it and just worked. And then when I became the accidental beauty queen, I went, here's this opportunity. And I pulled my contacts from Hollywood with this new world of pageantry. The only way to describe this is I am living Sandra Bullock in Miss Congeniality. I've been an actor forever. These women have been pageant women forever. And I've been merging the worlds. But through this, I have also found incredible entrepreneurial women. This is where I sound like Miss Congeniality, who are truly trying to change the world. It's not that stereotype that everyone thinks. Some of it is, some of it isn't. And it's going, hey, I loved what you posted the other day about this product you're working with or this idea. Would you want to come be a guest on my podcast? Kicking Crones podcast, coming soon, by the way. And then they would go, oh, I have this. Let's do that. Let's host an event together. Let's invite people from our different worlds together to this event. And that is how collaboration grows. It's taking risks, taking chances, and partnering with people who, when there's that innate trust. And I can already tell these people right here, there is that innate trust. You said PR, Carrie, I'll be talking to you. Melvina, there was something that you talked about already that I went, oh, I want to talk to you too. And you just never know where it goes, but it's about trusting your gut, staying true to who you are.
Yes.
And finding opportunities to collaborate, connect, and grow.
Yes. Absolutely.
Love it.
Amelia, if I can add to that, I think it's really important too. You said, knowing who you are, trusting yourself in that space. And I think that we tend to think that we have to know that wholeheartedly before we take that first step moving forward into collaboration. And sometimes you don't really find that until you start taking those risks and you start developing that brand and that message and that alignment. And then you just get clearer and clearer until one day it clicks. And now you know the people that you want to talk to and you know the exact way that they can help you and what you're asking them for. So I love that you mentioned that because I think we're risk adverse in that space. And there's so much value in just taking that initial step to figure it out. So,
It is.
Absolutely.
yeah.
A lot of people let the
Totally agree.
fear of possibility or fear of success hold them back because
Yeah.
it's not perfect. It's not
Right.
ready to launch. If you're
Yeah.
not ready to walk into that meeting, you kind of just have to take it by the reins and go for it if you want something to happen, build something, and grow from it. Yeah.
True.
That old adage of imperfect action is better than waiting for that perfect action, right? Which is
Yeah.
inaction.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Most definitely.
yeah. Melvina, what are your thoughts on this question of how you collaborate to start something? Like, I mean, I can't believe you started a school, let alone your new
Oh
network
yes.
marketing platform that you're doing. But
Oh yes.
how did you use collaboration in that process?
Everything they just said and more. I mean, the thing. So here's the thing for me, I take pride in stepping out on faith. And I tell
Mm.
everyone that you have to step out on faith. Fear gets you nowhere. If you're fearful, you're going to stay right there and you will never start anything. So start something. So collaboration is exactly what you all just said. It's just slowly but surely talking with someone. I have this idea. Can you do this for me? I can pay this. I mean, any little movement and moving forward will get you there. But you have to start somewhere. You have to step out on faith.
Yeah.
That's basically, and I can't tell you
Absolutely.
how many people I meet. Well, what I'm trying to do is, I'm like, oh yeah, here we go again. Well, let me know when you do it, and then come back to me. Well, what I'm thinking about is, well, let me know when you put it in place, and then we can go from there. Because right now I have nothing. I don't have anything to work with. So if you haven't figured it out yet, I'm rather aggressive. I grab the bull by the horn. I'm bringing it down. So I'm like this person that's going on a train moving forward. It's just a matter of whether you're on for the ride or not. Okay, that's just basically how it goes
But
for
you're
me.
going anyway.
Yes. And if I fail at my own diamond time. It's not someone else's. So I'm not
Right.
listening to any noise. And yes, that makes me arrogant. I admit it, confident, overly confident. Yes, I am that. I am all about making money. Yes, that too. Because I want my life of luxury. I like the things that I have and I want more. So if I get here, I want to get here. If I get here, I want it just keeps going.
Just keeps
So my
going.
advice to anyone and telling anyone, you build your team around you, which I've done successfully. Okay. But it started out with one person, me first,
Yeah.
me first, and then one other person, and then one other person. And I'm gonna tell you, along the way, I fired many of the other people. I can't fire me, who messed up a lot of times. I have to admit, I made a lot of mistakes, and I've been complaining about me a lot in the mirror. You know, you should have did better. What were you thinking? This blah blah blah. But all I can do is just move on and move forward. You know what I mean? I never give up. Tenacity, perseverance, keep moving forward no matter what. Nobody never said that this was easy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that's the thing. We get in our head, well, I'm going to do this. I don't understand why it didn't work. Nobody said it's going to happen in a year or 5 years or a month. You got to keep moving forward. And I think that's where we stall and just remain stagnant. And when you do that, you'll never get anywhere. So collaborate, yes, and move forward, step out on faith, put yourself around people that's like-minded like you, entrepreneurs like what we're saying. Somebody that don't have a dollar is not going to help you, okay? Somebody who does not have a business is not going to help you. Okay, I'm married 25 years. Somebody who's not married is not going to help me with telling me how to be married or what's successful. It doesn't work that way. You know what I mean? So for me, I'm surrounding myself with like-minded individuals and then moving forward from there. You know what I mean? So that's how I just work. And I would tell the world who's listening, if you're listening to my crazy self, collaborate, surround yourself around a team, trust you and have the confidence with you more than anything, because you have to start with you first, step out on faith, and then go from there. Now, I know you said nonprofit. I will make sure there's a disclaimer with Melvina, 100% for profit over here.
Yeah.
No
That's why I expanded the question.
Yeah.
I love it, Melvina.
If you don't know, let me make sure we're clear.
Oh my goodness.
I think Melvina touches on this really important point. We've talked about how we have to trust ourselves, and especially with starting anything new, there's this confidence and tenacity that we have to have as entrepreneurs. With collaboration, there's a level that I struggle with, a level of trusting others. And maybe it comes from all those stupid high school projects where the jock was thrown on our team and he didn't contribute that much, or whatever it is. But we struggle to trust other people to contribute much, or to contribute enough to the project, or to do things correctly sometimes, right? Or we get so stuck in our mindset of, this is the way I want to see it done. I want to see it done perfectly, and if it's not done my way, then it's not correct. So there's a lot of trust in collaboration, of a lot of trust of other people, and that's a struggle.
Yes, it is.
I struggle with that a lot. Melvina, you were talking about, you've got to build the right team around you.
Yes, you do.
You've got to have the people who, for me, I like to build a team that challenges me at every turn. And that seems crazy and counterproductive. But I want people who aren't just going to do it the way I would see it done, because then I'll only get the kinds of things that I would churn out. I want to have people who will surround me with other ideas, and then I can get really a comprehensive product, a deliverable that's better than just what I would have done on my own.
Right.
Exactly. Carrie?
Well, I was just going to say, Dave, first of all, is a fantastic team leader. He's in terms of, we've worked together in a corporate space, we've worked together in an entrepreneurial space. Dave is just phenomenal at not micromanaging the situation, and that's in both worlds. And I think the word collaboration inherently means that we are trusting other people with what we're doing. It's how we collaborate. It's how we say, are you the right person for me to collaborate with? I don't fully know that unless we're in a space where I trust you a little bit with the information and you can show me that we're in that same mindset, And so I think we are oftentimes, as entrepreneurial people, very isolated in our thoughts and the processes, and we've got our mission and we know what that looks like and feels like. And so I don't even know if it's a conscious action that we take to isolate others from that journey. I think we're just so in it that we just keep going the way that we've always done it. And so when we stop and we allow, like for Amelia, building an entire gala or event, or you have to bring other people into that space with you that you can say, I believe that you're in line with me. Let's test this out. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Like, no foul, no harm. We tried it, and there will be somebody else down the road that gets this vision, that understands what we're trying to do. But if I isolate you just by sticking in my lane, I'm going to miss those opportunities to grow, because just like Melvina said, the juice plus, I was like, oh my gosh, I know that person. Like, we have to be open to the networking space to just throw ideas out there, because somebody in that space is going to go, oh yeah, I know this person that does that or can be helpful in that space. And it just cascades, to Amelia's point. It just opens us up. And so really trusting other people, we have to, there's just not an option if we want to grow. Right. And so it's a test. It's always a test. Who can I trust? Who's got my back? Who can be in this train with me, like Melvina said, right?
Exactly.
So yeah.
And I'm gonna say also, you have to
go
step
ahead,
out on.
Melvina.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Melvina. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, you have to, the whole thing is stepping out on faith. Yes, I trust people to a certain extent. You do what I say, what I want, when I say, especially if I'm paying for it. But if it doesn't work, then I'm not afraid to let them go. So that's another important thing, is let it go. And I can't tell you how many people I've let them go. And I mean, I've let them go with tears in my eyes, real tears, not the, the eye drop tears like I did with Dave one time on the phone. I mean, real tears, I've let them go. I mean, it just had to be necessary. Unfortunately, so you have to know that also. You can't hold on. Well, I'm trying to make it work. Well, they got bills to pay. Well, you still saying they. What about you?
Yeah,
but there's a
people
level
that
of
you're
trust with
impacting.
that. Yeah,
Go ahead, Dave.
sorry. there's a level of trust with that too. I trust that the people that work with me know, well, they're trusting me that I will be honest with them, that I'll set the expectations, that I will tell them if they're not meeting those expectations, and that if I'm letting them go, it's what's best for them as well as what's best for me. I've had people come back to me after we parted ways, and they said this was the best thing that ever happened to me. Not because they couldn't stand working with me, but because their work collaboration with me was not the best fit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, I think too, and I don't know, Amelia, maybe for you too in the nonprofit space, I feel like sometimes we are, we try so hard to fit everybody into our mission, right? It's like I do something that can apply to everybody. Why doesn't everybody want to collaborate with me on this thing, right? And so I think being able, to your point, Dave, of just reading the room and understanding when somebody is not going to fit into your plan, it's okay. It's okay to say, we're not going to collaborate this way. We're going to find a different way to collaborate down the road or in a different capacity. And so it's really important, to Malvina's point, of being able to understand who you are looking to collaborate with as well, and being able to make those decisions, because you're going to save yourself some heartache down the road. If we can do that. So I don't know what your thoughts are about that, Amelia. I'd love to hear them.
So I am definitely the kind of person, Dave can attest to this, I always try to make everybody happy. I'm the one who smooths over. If there's any conflict, I'm the one who steps in. This has happened in every aspect of my life, from family to friends, and now my in-laws. It's who I've always been. And it transfers over into the business world as well. And you do sometimes hit a point where if it's just not working, oh, how do you, for the betterment of the business and what you're working on, cut ties with this person, trying to keep it civil, trying to keep it kind. And there does come a point in life, and I can see Melvina being like, there comes a point in life, and what you're trying to do in business to actually make a statement, to make something happen, and to build something that's going to leave a legacy and continue on, where it hits a point of, this is business, it's not personal. That has been one of the hardest things that personally I have had to overcome when it comes to growing Kicking Crones. When it comes to growing, there's a whole nother thing I haven't even brought up. So I am a singer and a songwriter, and my main day job has been teaching singing for years. I've always said my voice lessons are half singing, half therapy. Well, during COVID, I went, let's take this a step further, and I got my arts therapist certification, because that is what I do. And I want to build an entire practice of healing through arts therapy, where people go through and they talk to their therapist, and then I go, all right, your trauma's here, go to the art studio. Your trauma's here, go to the dance studio. And I'm in talks of making this happen, and how I'm going to merge this world with Kicking Crones. It's all going to overlap, but it is separate. And you go, I have to raise X amount funds of dollars. I have to appeal for this, petition for this. I have to bring someone in who can run this kind of the business if I'm off shooting a project and I can trust to do it. And if it's not the right exact same lineup, gotta go. So that split of business versus personal is so hard when you're always trying to be the nice one or the people pleaser and smooth it over. So yes, I understand that completely. And it has been a personal struggle of mine that maybe it's as you're getting older, you sort of let it go and go, I got to do what I got to do.
Yeah.
And we need to build something to make a difference. Yeah.
I don't know, Amelia, because I'm only 25 in my head. So I got
actually 22 in my head. Yes.
Yeah. But I love that too, because I feel like alignment, like a huge part of collaboration is not just finding the person then, right? We've talked a little bit about what does that look like. And I feel like when you stay authentic in your space, when you find what that is and you've refined that place and you have an idea of what you're looking for, I do feel like the energy of the universe, if you will, puts the right people in your path at the right time. Sometimes collaboration is at the wrong time in the journey, right?
Yeah.
And so you have to think, okay, we're not aligned in this mission, but who do I know that is aligned with what you're doing, that I feel aligned with, that we can circle back later and have a bigger conversation about how we can work together 2 years down the road.
Yes.
And so I think just always being open to the fact that even the people that don't work for you now have value. They bring something to the table that you don't know what that's going to be in a different realm at a later date. And so I think that can work in the nonprofit world, that works in business. It's just trusting that whoever's coming into your space, it has value.
Yes.
Maybe not at that moment, but sometimes. So don't cut them off.
But don't cut them off. Right. You never want to burn bridges. You know, you never know where something could collaborate down the road. And what you said rings so true, being your authentic, genuine self. For many years, I was, to a degree, on the different shows, doing what I was doing, being in appearances. And it was me, but I had kept this secret of Crohn's disease in this little bubble. I just never wanted to rock the boat. And through pageantry, now I'm so vocal with it. And I went, all right, I want to be the face of Crohn's disease. I'm trying to make a deal right now with an upcoming new pharmaceutical company about actually being their spokesperson. I'm bringing my agent from LA to make this deal occur. When I went, this is me. I am an actress. I am a singer. I am a mother. I have Crohn's disease. I'm a beauty queen, all these random hyphenates. The doors started to open of, oh, I have Crohn's disease too. Oh, my mother's sister has Crohn's disease. Oh, my child is going through this. Can we talk to you? And it started opening these doors in ways that I had never imagined it would, by truly being your authentic self. And I think that is so important as you're collaborating, being upfront and honest, truly accepting who you are with no shame, with no embarrassment. These are my goals. Own it. This is what I want to do. And you never know who's going to come in. Someone you met 10 years ago, there could be a connection. Someone who you haven't met yet through 6 degrees of separation. Once you're open, the door opens and all of a sudden you're able to do something in that arena that takes it to the next level. So yes, it's Carrie, what you said, being your authentic, genuine self 1000% of the time, even when it's hard, is so important, especially when you're collaborating with others.
Absolutely. Well said, ladies.
Something that's, if I can add to that, and Melvina, I'm sure you have with all of your success, and Dave as well. Dave and I have had conversations about this specifically, but are you familiar with the School of Greatness podcast with Lewis House? Does anyone listen to that? If you don't, you should. He's an incredible podcaster with incredible interviews, and almost as good as Regina, you know. And he had a guest on who found herself, and I apologize, I don't remember the name, but this interview really impacted me in this space. He was interviewing this author who became an author, New York Times bestselling author at like 49, you know, and she was an actress and she was a fast food worker and an office worker and all the things, right? She just had this path where it was up and down, and she had some successes. And so Lewis asked her, you know, how do you differentiate your success now versus the previous successes that you've had on a micro level? And she said, you can, just by the nature of being human and positive and open and optimistic, you can create a lot of successes in a lot of different ways yourself. But when you are walking in that faith, that inspired path, that clear space, that is the essence of your energy, the opportunities are endless. That is the difference, is that what I was creating, it was just me creating it. When I collaborated with my faith, when I collaborated with other people that aligned with who I was at my core, all of a sudden the world's my oyster. Now the driver of this is something bigger than myself. Yes. And I loved that, because to your point, Melvina, it's collaborating with yourself too. Who am I at my core? Let me work with that. I don't want to fight against it, right? Like Amelia, you're like, I have Crohn's. This is me. This is all me.
That's me.
So, yeah, and Melvin was like, I'm making it happen. Women need coding. I got a school. I got powers. We all have that essence that pushes us forward inherently, and we fight against that, I think, so frequently in ourselves. And so if we can just open ourselves up to say, how can I collaborate with the core of who I am? Okay, I can work with that. Now things are going to really start happening. So yeah, it was a cool thought.
To piggyback off of that, what Amelia was saying, for me, because I am really just being authentic and it's me, I'm rather straightforward and direct. I say what I say. I mean what I say. I want it done expeditiously. It is what it is. So for me, it's like, can you work with me? Can you buy into that personality? So if you can't, then I'm not the person for you, which is
Yeah.
fine.
Mhm.
But if you can, then we got some going to do. We can do it. We can make it happen. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Yeah.
I'm being authentic. This is really just me. Yes, I have burned bridges. Proud to say, burn some bridges. They cannot come back. No, I will not even allow them. They're not fitting into my unit. I don't want them. They don't have to have me. It's working out fine, and I'm okay with it. I'm proud to say. So sometimes you just have to say when. Let it
Sometimes
go.
you do have to burn it.
Sometimes you do. Sometimes you
That's
do.
just, and now, mind you, I'm nice. I can be a sweetheart, but then, mind you, in 5.5 seconds, I can turn you into the other word. And I have no problem with that neither. It is what it is.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I'm still in the professional realm. I'm gonna be a lady always. Yes, I'm gonna look like her. I'm gonna act like her. Yes, but yet at the same time, when it comes to business, me and mine, and I know what I want. With that conviction, that passion, and me being authentic, I'm not changing at all. So
Yeah.
either you're for me and we're going to work this out or not. That's it.
Yeah.
And
This
that
is
even
it.
includes family.
Respect.
I'm going to say that too, even with them. I'm the same way with them as well. Yes.
Oh my goodness. Folks, would you believe we are out of time? This has been
Sorry.
great.
Oh, my
It
goodness.
goes so fast. It goes so fast. Oh, this is what a great discussion. I wish we had another hour. I'm sure we could fill it.
We can make it work another time for sure.
We can indeed.
Part 2.
So part 2, that's right. So we're going to move into our wrap up round now. And Dave, if you will run that wrap up round and call on each person for their final thoughts on collaboration and their contact information.
Sure. Let me start. I'll go in alphabetical order. Amelia, let me start with you. Final thoughts on collaboration and tell us some of your contact information.
Of course, final thoughts on collaboration. Be open, be willing to take that chance, be authentically, genuinely yourself, and create something that will go further than you to help others at the same time. Follow me at Amelia Myers Official on Instagram. Check out my website, ameliamyers.com, and please check out kickingcrones.com. Support, spread it around. There are millions of people who are affected by this, and we all need your help.
Thank you so much. Carrie, same question to you.
Yes, I have to just echo what Amelia said. I think we're in alignment. We can collaborate.
Definitely.
So I just believe that we are more powerful than we give ourselves credit for. And when we collaborate openly, we invite other people's powers to come into our space and help us grow. And I believe in the power of networking and talking and taking risks and finding creative ways to work together. And so I would just add that to what Amelia said, and that rounds me out completely. So I appreciate the opportunity. And you can find me on LinkedIn at Chill Consulting Agency, and all of my other contact information is on my page. So.
Wonderful. Thank you. Melvina, final thoughts on collaboration and where can we find you?
Yes, everything they just said. So for collaboration, everything they just said, I'm just going to piggyback off of that. And to reach me, I am Melvina W. Is on all platforms, including LinkedIn. IHIM Medical Coding is on all platforms, including LinkedIn. To make it even more simpler, if you want to reach me directly, I have like 4 cell phones. I know it's crazy, right? So 815 Melvina. How about that? 815 Melvina is a direct line. You can text me, send me email, anything you want to send me, you can reach me. So I am all over social media. I'm not hard to find at all. So if you have any medical coding questions, concerns, or you want to get to the next level to make more money, want to know how Melvina does it, then you want to text and call that number, and I'm here to your disposal. 815 Melvina. How about that?
Awesome.
That's awesome.
You make
I'm
that
gonna
easy.
I'm going to put that on a billboard. That's amazing.
There you go.
Might as well, right? I'm for that. Don't give me some more ideas. Don't play.
I'm going to add my final thought on collaboration. I had a moment this week when I was doing a little meditation, and I was thinking, I spend so much time in my basement working on this agency, and it occurred to me I can't grow my business sitting in my basement. I've got to get out there. You've got to meet people. You've got to talk. You've got to walk. You've got to collaborate.
Yep.
And so I think growth happens when we network, when we talk with people, when we collaborate. So I'm excited to continue to do that. And thanks all for joining me today and collaborating with me, and for your wonderful ideas and feedback. And anybody can find me at siteblooms.com. That's SITEBLOOMS if you aren't if you're just listening to this.
Awesome. Well, thank you all so much for being here. It's been such a joy to get to know each of you a little bit. I'm looking forward to figuring out ways that we can collaborate. And that's the name of the game, right? It's collaboration. So, and we'd like to thank you, our viewers, for joining us today. Come back and see us again on Collaboration Conversations. Bye for now.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Thank you so much.